I'm gonna take a look at some of the things that I went out and got at some estate sales today. Actually ended up driving around to three different places. One was way out in the country. Another one was in a town that I thought was a lot closer. And then another one was in a town that was 20 minutes away that I thought was gonna be cooler. This showdown poker game, which oddly enough, my parents love to gamble, and I don't know a lot about like poker and card games and things like that. So, I don't know. So, still got it anyway. It seemed cool. I liked the box, and it has some neat little illustrations on it. These two Disney characters. You got Pluto, and you got your Thumper. Like that. So these are really neat, and they have older tags on them, or they have Disney World tags on them, just showing you the butts of these things now. A bunch of really, really cool shape books, which are the ones where you have the cover and the book is cut out like the shape on all the pages. And this one actually completes a set of Jungle Books that I have where I have the different characters, and I think I was missing Baloo. I want to say I have Mowgli. I don't remember, but I have a couple of the different characters from Jungle Book. Anyway, so I got these shape books. They also had a stack of old comics, which of course they had the regular superhero ones, but that's not my bag. My bag is the weird Gold Key comics. The Marvelous Misadventures of Merlin Jones, a couple of Walt Disney stories and comics, and these are also hit or miss to me. There were so many Walt Disney Comics books that came out that a lot of them kind of seemed the same, but some of them had cooler art than others. I always love the random Casper and Richie Rich comics. Then I got some Tom and Jerry's, which these are by Whitman, not by Gold Key, but it was the same pressing company. Then of course, always loved the Looney Tunes, Daffy Duck. These are the ones that I used to get when I was a kid and went camping with my grandparents. So I always got like the Daffy Duck ones, and I'd draw the characters that were in them. Got one for the Jetsons TV show right there. Porky Pig. And then this one I loved because, well, first of all, I already loved the show, but I've recently been rewatching it. So the Beverly Hillbillies. I'm actually in the middle of season 2 right now. I've been binging it. So I do that while I'm listing these books. So I'll be listing the Beverly Hillbillies while yes. And it's one, sometimes they just use photos of the TV show and put it inside. This one actually has drawings of it, and I was hoping they would. So there's a drawing of Granny talking to a police officer, as they call them, making vittles. Then I got one for the Flying Nun. These kind of look like the drawings that are in a lot of the horror comics of the times. Speaking of which, I got one of Disney's The Scarecrow. This one's gonna be cool. I don't know why, but I hate horror movies, but I love horror comic books. Then I have this promotional little zine sort of thing, like an ash can of the Kool-Aid Man. And then there were a couple of other hardcover books like this one, Little Jack Horner. Then the next place we went to was, we drove like all the way around our town and then back again on these weird country roads, like just 2-lane country roads, which was fantastic. But I was like, where is the GPS taking us? And where it was taking us to was the other side of Madison here where we live. And at that place, I was digging through stuff and finding things. I was looking through a bin of books, and underneath were dishes. Like that's the type of thing. And it's kind of fun because sometimes you'll see stuff, and there was a room, like walking around the place, it started out and it was little trinkets, walking through that, and I'm like, I didn't find much. There was a bedroom, and the bedroom of course just had blankets. There was one blanket that was like, it was made out to look like a giant tiger. It looked like a giant pelt of a tiger. I don't know, that was weird. It was in the closet. And then finally I was like, where's the basement? And the basement was right where we came in. So I went around, and Mary Joy was already down there. And here was where it was like, here's the piles of stuff in the basement. So started going through those, and here's what I found. Found a beanbag Garfield, which these are always good too. This is from 78. This is like one of the original ones. So it's a nice dense Garfield, and it's got the plastic eyes. So this is like the OG Garfield of the dolls. And it's set up to look, they did a really good job of setting it up to look like the very first Garfield comic strip with him just sitting there. Also, a few episodes back, I sold the album Take This Job and Shove It. Here's an autographed picture of Johnny Paycheck. Take This Job and Shove It. looking at you. So I got that going on now too. Also in the random bins that were underneath the tables in that basement, where the books were, where I said the dishes were. One of the things was it's got a lot of interesting prints in it, but they're supposed to be teachable prints. It's called teaching pictures. I think they're just things that you're supposed to hang in the classroom. And it's even got a card checkout thing, like the teachers could check it out, put this stuff up in their room, and then they'd have to take it back, and then another teacher could check it out. That's my guess. But they're just like pictures of kids and animals, kids playing in the rain. They're like real 1950s, 1960s sort of drawings. So these are neat little prints, and it's a whole pack of them. I've got tons of them. Got some Peanuts gang puzzles. I still like to get them because Peanuts drawings are always just a fun thing to have. Then also got an old Walt Disney picture puzzle, which this is another one where it's weird, where they show the characters doing the puzzle and this is the actual puzzle that you're putting together underneath. I find it so strange when they do that, where there's like, it's like, just show the picture of the puzzle. That's what the box is for. It's a Mystery Charlie Brown, which is the one where, I want to say this is the one where they go to France. I'm holding this weird. Where they go to France in the comic and stay at a lodge. You remember that cartoon? You know what I'm talking about? That's the mystery one, right? Where he has to solve a mystery. Anyway, I'm already thinking about it too long. Got some albums, which this one is in rough shape. Very rough shape. Sesame Street concert on stage live. Seems kind of like they're overstating it. Then I'm gonna say dish rag. Either way, it's still neat. It's actually a little bit more felty than towely. Another one of these, Sentence Cubes games. Sentence Cube games. It's hard to say. Whole concept of it is to spell things. I've gotten this before. I want to say this one's smaller than usual. And it didn't come with the box. I just pinched my fingers in it. It's a maze where you wind these, and there's supposed to be a marble that goes in it. And we've found a metal marble for it before. And this one is known as, it's been called Labyrinth, and there's another one where it's older, where it's Space Maze. So but it's the same concept. Like there's different generations of it under different names. I don't know the date of this one, but it's in really good condition, and it's a little bit more compact, but it's always neat to find one of these, and I run across them occasionally, so I always get these when I find them. And I think that's it. So those are some of the things going out today. I haven't done one of these in a while, so like I said, I wasn't prepared, but I wanted to go over some of the new things that I went out and found while rooting around in different people's houses today.